We have our conversation about worship and music.
Maybe.
Is it quiet enough? The guys in the back are.
Yeah.
All right, let's quiet down because.
I'll have to use my teacher voice, my big girl voice, my loud, my strong voice. I used to tell the little kids, don't scream, use your strong voice. Right? So, on behalf of Music and Worship, thank you for taking your time to hear what it is that we do. And first of all, the Constitution says that worship and music is responsible for assisting the pastor in the implementation of regular and special worship services, for encouraging, supporting, and coordinating the music programs of church, seeking volunteer readers, ushers, greeters, nursery attendants, and musicians, as well as sending acknowledgments of attendance to all of our visitors. So those are the things that the department is tasked with. So what does that actually look like? A lot. But this past year, under Pastor Nathan's guidance, we started working on what is the heart of our ministry. So that's what we're supposed to do. But why are we doing it? And because we want the heart of our ministry to provide an atmosphere that brings us closer to God in all aspects of the worship experience. So in keeping both what we do and why we do it at the forefront, this year we had 3 priorities for our department, and we've really worked hard. I have a great group that we've been working hard. So first of all, in response to the worship survey that was done a couple of years ago that indicated a desire for more well-known hymns and contemporary music, we worked on and developed the songbook that we use today. So the goal is for music to become ours, that songbook belongs to the Community Church of Boulder Junction, and it contains contemporary music as well as the beloved well-known hymns that you grew up singing that don't appear in the Blue Songbook. Okay? We want to balance out the traditional and the contemporary with the most popular that are sung across all denominations. The book turned out beautifully, and thank you for supporting and embracing that change here. And we continue to work through that process. It's ongoing. Secondly, we felt that it was very important for us to see increased engagement both within and without. So while increasing our outreach to the community, we want to continue to ensure that members and attendees feel engaged and that you feel comfortable participating in all aspects of worship. We want to ensure that there's appropriate communication given to you and received from you so that we reinforce and focus the why. And that was the why behind our ministry, to bring us closer to God in all aspects of worship. So we're always looking for people to share special gifts, and you used to see it as special music, but it is now special gifts. So if you want to sing, or if you'd like to recite, or maybe you have some other special talent that you feel you'd like to share, please contact Church Bickerstaff, and she helps to get you on the schedule. And it's always a pleasure in summer when people return to see what gifts want to be shared. But winter time, we have that space carved out as well. So, we are also always in need of people to help with ushering. So if you'd like to make a recurring commitment, maybe you're willing to say, I'm available the first Sunday of every month. And of course, we understand that, you go away or you get sick or you might travel for a few months out of the year. That's fine. But if you want to make a commitment ongoing, we'd love to do that. If you just want to be on the list that says, give me a call if you need me, we'd love to do that as well. And Joyce Marquardt coordinates our ushers and greeters. And don't worry, you're not going to fly blind. We made a list. So there's a checklist, And Joyce is almost always here and smiling and available to answer any questions if you're uncertain of what to do when. So those are two opportunities there that give you a chance to not make a commitment to the department, but to be involved in service and in ministry. And lastly, we had a great desire to upgrade and update the technology that supports a better worship experience both in person and online. So we have actually purchased new equipment. It's been ordered, as well as a new keyboard that Lorraine is working hard to master all of its multiple functions. And there will be some updating to speakers and the camera so that the quality of the recording for YouTube will make it easier to hear and see and understand what's going on in service when you're viewing from a distance. So those new updates are going to start to take place in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So we're excited to make that project finally come true. We are so thankful for the generous donation that have made that possible, because it's not a cheap undertaking to update those kinds of things. And the equipment that we do have now is very out of date and obsolete. We can't even plug things into it anymore. So it's important. Those are the nuts and bolts of the things that Worship and Music do. We also, help with planning Christmas and Lent, and we talk about, are we going to do simple suppers? Will there be Lenten services? What does Advent look like? We also not only oversee special gifts and ushers and greeters, but also it's our responsibility to make sure someone is scheduling readers. And I thank Ellie Orbison for stepping up and taking that position. And we certainly appreciate Claudia Russell doing that for so very long. So faithful. She can't be old enough to have done it. We thank Mary Anderson as well, because she writes notes to all of our visitors that supply their address. And that's a very important part of our ministry, and she's so faithful in doing that. In regard to visitor notes, you're going to see some updates and changes as we move forward. We have, and we'll be able to circulate these around to you. Lori, if you haven't met Lori, our new secretary, she is so gifted. And she developed these, unique to us, new visitor cards. Okay, and then this will be the holder, and they're going to be attached to the back of the chairs, and they'll be available so we can grab really important information and keep that in a really meaningful way so that we can connect with visitors. And they are, again, just for visitors. We're not going to have members sign those cards. We don't track attendance as far as membership goes. But they're going to be there. An announcement will be made in church that if you're a visitor, please sign one of those cards. If you're interested in becoming a member, there's a little box. If you want us to pray for you, there's a little box to check, and then put it in the offering plate. And it says that right on there. So we don't have to worry, did they hear it? Didn't they hear it? It's right on the visitor card. Put it in the offering plate. As you heard in service this morning, we are also working on a new photo directory that Worship and Music is putting together. And the biggest issue for why we need to know if you want to participate is, in order to use the particular service, we require 75 unique households. You don't have to be a member to have your picture in the directory. If you're here, you're part of us, and it makes it easier to recognize people and recognize who's new, who's not. Who was that? Let me look you up. But 75 unique households are needed in order for them to come, take our pictures, and provide that publishing and binding service for us. Everyone that has their picture taken will get a free directory. We can also purchase more for the church. And you get an 8x10 of your picture. That one's free. And then you can buy any package that they offer. And so in the email that you did receive, there is a link, and it can help take you there. They're $19.92 prices. They say it works out to being about $25 per sheet, per 8x10, 8.5, 11 sheet. So there are a few options, but that's how it's funded, but there are no minimum purchases. So what we need to know is, do we have that 75 household threshold? If not, we're going to have to look at something else, and it'll probably end up being more of a cost to us, because we'll either have to run it off and then pay for ink or outsource that. So that's what we're looking for as far as that goes from all of you. So we touch a lot of the weekly aspects of church life and work with a lot of other departments. We welcome any comments, suggestions, feedback that you have. Feel free to come and talk to any of the worship and music people. Chirp Vicar staff, Nancy Naylor, Carol Zeski, I don't see her here today, Joyce Marquardt, Lorraine Walters, or myself. So we would love to talk to you about any concerns that you might have. And this would be your opportunity to say, wow, that's of personal interest to me. I'd really like to be involved in that. You could sign up to be part of the worship and music. So if you want to do that, this is where you do it. If anyone has any questions.
Would you share what's the future of the choir or the bells program? You did mention that.
At this point, we have not advertised for a choir director position. If you are interested in singing as a group, please come and talk to us about that. Numbers were certainly something that have been dwindling, and Glenn had been struggling to get enough people together to sing parts. So if we have enough interest, we can work at getting that back together. That goes for both vocal and bell choir. We need a director, and we need enough people to fill in all of those roles. So it kind of, we have to turn that back to you, because it's a volunteer opportunity. So if there aren't enough people that are willing to make those groups.
Well, I was thinking about the first one here.
Oh, no, I'm not. I can't lead a choir.
But you do a great job singing in it.
It's not the directing is quite a skill set. I did have one comment that Jim, right? Yeah. Okay. It was a while ago that we met, so
Very well.
It was a little bit of a risk for making you try. As you reminded me, though, one particular aspect of the songbooks, and we haven't announced this, but we make the choir information or the notes available on the little, what do you call the little table where the
little table.
the little table where the candle, what? Right. So we try and make sure we hand out copies for those people who are more musically gifted, as not everybody knows how to sing the notes. The reason we didn't add them is because each of those songs, especially the contemporary ones, have a lot of different tag and coda, if you know what those terms are, meaning that one song can be like 6 pages because it's all listed through, and we can't print, and there was no way to transition it either. So anyway, that is why the songbooks simply have the 1 page per song as well. But if you are interested, you can pick up copies for the songs. They are made available every Sunday. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you want to just share some of the technology opportunities people have. on
Yeah.
Sunday morning, either helping with the sound system, which will
Yes.
look a little different.
That's right.
Or running the the Facebook Live.
Yeah. You want me to share? Okay. So, on that note, we are doing technology different. Where's Pete? Is he? Oh,
What am
there
I
he is.
doing? He made brownies.
Pete has been faithfully running, though when he's not here, obviously we do need others to be willing. One of the new aspects about the sound system is that it is digital. So for those of you who are afraid of digital, it's super easy. You hold a tablet in front of you and you can move the toggles up and down on the iPad to change the volume levels. And you can sit wherever you want. So it will not be relegated to the back corner. We will actually have our mixer and things, which is digital, in front of or to the side of the organ, where you won't in fact see it, because many of it is wireless at this point. You can sit in your seat, and if you feel like having that little power over the volume, you can just sit there.
Turn Pastor down when he is getting too long or whatever.
But I will know where you are. But we will have wireless mics as well, and so we do have that ability to sing with microphones to make sure the sound is better. And I think that you honestly will be amazed at the difference between the new sound system itself. Laureen and I were already talking about the vast difference between the new keyboard and even the one she's playing. The sound quality is just better today than honestly you can imagine. So the other thing that we're looking at is a newer streaming camera. This camera that you see, that little tiny rectangle, is actually made for office, at homes, online calls. And so we're getting one that's more designed for streaming, and we would really appreciate if someone, or more than just Wendy, can also really, just help monitor the Facebook Live. So we'll be looking for that too. Those are the two main aspects in terms of just the new equipment that we're getting.
What's the timetable?
The timetable is we ordered things, and so we were trying for a while to get some expert input, and we actually have Laureen's son giving his perspective and things, and then so we didn't order them until about 2 weeks ago, I think it was, and so it'll be arriving this month, and then we have to do the setup, and that is its own kind of thing. So I don't know that you'll actually see the change happen in June. In fact, I'm pretty sure it won't happen in June. So.
For the next 4 to 6 weeks or so.
Yeah, hopefully, because it's more compact and because some of it's digital, it shouldn't take nearly as long, because we're not running a lot of lines, although under the basement or in the ceiling anymore.
One last thing, yes. Can you share the idea that you have about Muskie Day weekend?
Okay. So Muskie Day, I've heard, how I wasn't here for Muskie Day. And I've heard how it's gone, and you will perhaps hear this in the vision process. It's really my desire for our church to really be woven into the community. And frankly, a lot of you already are. Meaning, I saw some people helping out with the Friends of the Library, Lions Club. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to volunteer just in Boulder Junction itself. And so the idea that we are considering at the moment is having a Saturday night service before Muskie Day, so that we can actually help and be involved in Muskie Day itself. We haven't finalized how that would look, but because there's already a lot of people volunteering for Muskie Day, we really want to make sure we're providing a service for that, as well as not actually competing on Sunday morning for that specific event. And frankly, it's summertime, and I thought it would be kind of fun to have a Saturday night service anyway. So that's something that we are considering at this stage. Yeah, we've thought about having it outside as well. Obviously, that would be weather dependent too. So we hadn't really finalized the inside outside thing yet. So, but it was on the table though to have it outside. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Bruce.
There's something in the paper about a new fancy tower that's going to be put up on lot 10,454 or 445.
Where
is that?
The tower?
165-foot tower. My question
Is that the one that's going in Ironwood?
the federal government has said they're going to put it on that lot 10,450 or 445.
In Boulder Junction?
I don't know where that.
No, as far as I know, there is a height ordinance in Boulder
It's
Junction.
adjacent to us here because we're 10,444. Is that going to affect our?
I've not heard of any tower in our area. I know that there is a big project that's been in the news lately. It's in Ironwood. They are completely redoing the ski jump. It's going to be the highest in the world and the most developed. It's like a $20 million project. And so there's a goal to get Olympic teams in Ironwood.
But he's talking about a power.
I know, but
I haven't heard
don't
anything
know.
in
I
Boulder
haven't heard of
Junction.
any other towers.
Yeah, working with the town of Boulder Junction, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few of us, actually there's quite a few of us on the Economic Council. So if we haven't heard it, I don't think it's in Boulder Junction itself. I can tell you that we're greatly excited for the Hillard project that is continuing on. It took them a while to get started, and they will be working on the project, the Boulder Junction Brewing Company one that is starting as well. Because for those of you who don't know, I am now a volunteer with the fire department as well as the chaplain. So we will actually be doing some more training with the building down on the opposite side of where the Hillers project is going on. So I can confirm that for you too.
It's like a town hall meeting.
Yeah, it's okay because we are definitely part of Boulder Junction, which I very much appreciate. I'm trying to think of what else is happening. There's, in fact, as it pertains to, maybe that's a conversation that we're having next week is about Christian education. So we'll be talking about that next Sunday. In case you were wondering about Bible studies, we're having good fun on Wednesday mornings, though. That one's ongoing. Unfortunately, I do go over on that, but you're allowed to leave at the right time.
So Christian education next Sunday.
Yes. And I will be doing that one myself. Okay. Any other questions, though? Okay. Yeah.